गुड इवनिंग एंड वेलकम बैक टू पैसा बोलता है। पैसा बोलता है में फिर से आपका स्वागत है। टुडे आई वांट टू डिस्कस विथ यू अबाउट Paytm. I am discussing, normally I don't discuss stocks which make losses and continue to make losses. In the case of Paytm, because there has been tall claims that this company has reached near EBITDA profits. EBITDA is nothing but earnings before interest, depreciation and taxes. Paytm has been around for a very long time. Really made gains during the demonetization. The whole idea of Paytm originally was that it is a wallet where you can store cash and use it whenever you want. UPI made sure that Paytm's uses not there. Not many users of Paytm really use Paytm anymore. So Paytm then morphed into a payments app, basically collecting payments on behalf of merchandise, selling insurance, selling mutual funds, and selling loans, especially for for clients who are using Paytm app. Paytm is able to give the lender a fair idea of the revenue stream and therefore acts as a sort of aggregator of loans. Paytm does not use its money to give loans, nor does it have a non-banking finance company. So it is a glorified direct sales agent, which is of course has a very powerful payments engine and is available for marketing and which is marketing and so is known everywhere. But most of today's transactions of what used to go through Paytm goes through UPI now. Even Fastag is linked to UPI. So directly two players' bank accounts have been linked. So Paytm's main business, what it started with as a digital wallet, is no more profitable in India or need not exist unless some people have already got onto it and have been using it for a long time. There is no use for it. And all the big financial backers of Paytm have already withdrawn themselves. Even when the stock price collapsed, then Paytm announced a buyback at a generous price and used the IPO money to buy back these shares. The latest claim of Paytm is that they have turned EBITDA profitable and the loss is attributable to stock options given to employees. But stock options given to employees is also a cost. You may not actually put it on the debit balance right now, but it will increase the number of stock options or number of shares available at one time. EPS is calculated by net profit divided by number of shares. So if you keep on increasing number of shares, then you have to increase the numerator also to keep you have to run on the treadmill. You have to run the numerator has to expand faster to keep earnings where it is. As of now, it is still burning cash, not turn free cash flow positive, and is not going to make substantial profits. And so for me to value a company which is not making profits and who does not have any market advantage, because UPA has knocked out that advantage. Today Jio is already separated and is going to do whatever Paytm is going to do, and Jio has the backing of Reliance, so it can burn enormous cash. It has 6% of Reliance stock as treasury, will have access to capital. So it's going to start an AMC, that is its own asset management company, its own insurance companies, and it will start as a broker and then start its own insurance and general insurance and life insurance. It will also start lending money. So the whole thing is, minus a bank, it will become a bank. It will not take deposits from people. And Jio has got its own network. And India's second largest player is, of course, Jio. And so Jio will use its network to its own advantage and lock a Paytm out of it, because the plumbing lines are Jio's. So between Jio and Paytm, it is Jio which is going to be favored by users of Reliance's database. Today I saw a video where he is putting out a brave face saying that the market is big enough for both of us. But I think even if the market is big enough, the access is going to be very difficult, because the plumbing line through which Paytm is going to be delivered is Jio's lines, and Jio can tweak it the way it wants. And I don't think we are a loss-making company with no free cash flow. Reliance is a behemoth, can generate lot of cash at very low rates, and therefore its net interest margins is going to be higher. Paytm is representing other NBFCs. So if I want an NBFC, I'll buy the NBFC directly. I don't have to buy Paytm. So what do you think of this? This is what I feel of Paytm.
Well, Paytm, unfortunately, is a company that doesn't have anything it's selling anymore. It had a unique product, a unique platform which it had, which got decimated after UPI came. And then everybody now does whatever Paytm does. You can do it on Amazon, you can do it on Google, You can do it. Even Tata's new Pass app, you can buy insurance, take loan, take credit card. What all the stuff as a consumer you can consume on Paytm, everybody is offering in all various platforms. And all of these guys, like you rightly said, have a customer base who are loyal to them, who will continue working with them. Like Tata's, all Tata customers will like using new. All Reliance customers will like Geo customers will stick to Geo. All people who use Amazon will use
Amazon.
Amazon. Amazon is selling you insurance. Amazon is selling you credit card. Amazon's giving you loan.
It will start here also in India.
It's already started. Amazon gives you loan. Of course, Amazon's not giving their own money, like Paytm. They're not a bank. They don't take it. They've tied up with fintech, other bank, MBA, and they're giving you the money.
Tata give their own loan. That is Tata Capital.
Not as of now. They're still tied up with HDFC Bank, and they're working just like the Paytm model. If you download the new app and see, it is just like that. So if you look at the grand scheme of things, Paytm has to die.
Paytm has no advantage.
Paytm has nothing. He has nothing to the point no one will even want to buy it and take over, because whatever Paytm has, even as a backbone software, you can create it. So what does Paytm have now? It doesn't have a special talent pool. It doesn't have a special product. It doesn't have any infrastructure which can be bought and used. So I understand what Paytm is doing. They're trying to PR this company in the market and bolster it up and try to keep the share prices floating.
It's still, in spite of it going up 60% from 500, it's still below 50% of its.
It's a sinking ship. It's like playing violin on the decks of the Titanic, I feel, is where Paytm is. And if you see it as a consumer, like Warren Buffett says, the final litmus test is it's selling direct to, it's a B2C product. That means I used to see Paytm logo everywhere, in all the shops.
You do see that, didn't you?
Where do you see it nowadays? You don't. Now you see more Google Pay. You see all other RuPay, the UPI, other UPI, the RuPay card. You see everything else. Paytm has slowly been pushed out to the corner. Very few places you hear the Paytm Karo, or you've done one Paytm payment, it's been received, an announcement happening. It doesn't happen anymore. There are very few takers of Paytm.
Anyway, so.
And the problem for them is whoever uses Paytm cannot be stuck inside the Paytm environment. Meaning, I don't need a Paytm account or a Paytm thing to use a Paytm. A non-Paytm guy can receive my payment and give payment to me. So there's no more loyalty to being with Paytm. What are the perks of being in Paytm?
So basically what has happened is, it was a great product when there was no UPI. The product of the reason for the plan to exist is gone. And its software is easily copyable. But even when you evaluate a business has to be profitable. And profitable is in actual profits, not after saying that don't consider ESOP, don't consider that.
That's like writing an exam. And then I tell everybody I'm going to grade that exam myself. And I'll say I got 10 out of 10.
So at the end of the day, it needs two things. It needs free cash flow and it needs to make profits. ESOPs have to be given out as an expense, and therefore after ESOPs there has to be an EPS. Only when I have an earnings per share can I value a company. So better avoid all these internet service providers who are actually selling you stuff like Nykaa. Nykaa is profitable but again has the same problem. If it reduces
That's why what Nykaa is doing, they put up shops in all the malls now and they're selling their own products. Putting Nykaa brand on it, and you, instead of buying L'Oreal lipstick, you can buy Nykaa lipstick. You can buy Nykaa face mask.
But the problem is, you started as an online retailer, but you are not able to compete with Amazon and the rest.
Correct. So you can increase your profit margin. How? You're trying to buy it in China for 2 rupees, put a Nykaa sticker on it and say buy it for 20 rupees.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, Nykaa was supposed to be retailing others' perfume and other beauty products, but is today trying to create its own product will not work.
Because the customers don't want the brand. They're not coming to Nykaa for Nykaa brand. They're coming to Nykaa for the other brands.
So they are basically trying to become a physical store.
Correct.
But that was not the premise of the business, and that was not why you went public.
At least in their case, they're trying to evolve. They realize the writing is on the wall and they're trying to do something. Paytm's case, the writing has been on the wall for a long time, but they're not trying to do anything.
And same is the case with Policy Bazaar.
True.
So the internet is a great thing, but at the end of the day, if you want to buy a business and be a partner in a business, make sure it makes profits and you get it at a good price.
Correct. See what I'm just
So Just Dial is now for even Mukesh buying the Just Dial couldn't save it. Just Dial is dead. It's just like our telephone directory is dead. No, but a kid used to use telephone directories. No, I don't use telephone directories. Then we use Hello Pages. We don't use Hello Pages. Now Google has eaten all that. So thank you for watching. Be Paisa Bolta hai. Avoid these kind of stocks. That is our advice. Thank you for watching पैसा बोलता है. ये पॉडकास्ट में आपने उपस्थित हुआ इसके लिए मैं आपका आभारी हूँ. नमस्कार, धन्यवाद, जय हिंद. आप इस पॉडकास्ट में उपस्थित हुए इसके लिए मैं आपका आभारी हूँ. आप इस वीडियो को देखिए, लाइक कीजिए, अपना कमेंट कीजिए, इस चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कीजिए, अपने दोस्तों और रिश्तेदार को रेकमेंड कीजिए. नमस्कार, धन्यवाद, जय हिंद.